KangasCloud out of the shroud. Coming at your land like an explode.
KangasCloud here, your coach of the Tacoma Trevenants. Now, we are back for Week 5 of the Indigo League of Legends. Now, as I hope you know, we did win last week's match against the Minnesota Munchlaxes. That's right, we did win. But we don't want that to temper our ego here. We don't want to get comfortable. The Tacoma Trevenants, we got to fight hard to stay on the offensive here, because we don't want to lose again. We lost one game, we've won 3 so far, so our record's looking pretty good, and let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way with a little bit of team building. Thank you guys for tuning into this, by the way. I really appreciate it. And go ahead, hit the like button if you did like it, and all that fun stuff. But you know what? Let's just jump right into it. Let's get down to brass tacks, because this is a team. I feel like I say this every week because it's true every week, but very much so this week. The team that we're facing is a very troublesome team. We're going to be fighting off against Blue Shell Blastoise. He is the coach of the Atlanta Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd? I don't even know, but Atlanta Farfetch'd. I think that's how you say it. Now he's actually a new member to our group, with this league, and he's pulled out some surprising victories over some of the higher rated competitors. So it's nothing to slouch on for sure. And so that's why we're here, because we don't intend to slouch. We don't intend to lose. We intend to win. So let's get down to it. Let's go over what he drafted in this league, and you'll understand why I'm seeing a little bit of threats to me as I go over this. But let's start with his Uber pick. And yes, that's I'll reiterate once again, probably every week, we do get one Uber pick for Pokemon in this league, and he chose Genesect. Now that's not too scary per se. There are some options there. You don't really know if it's going to be physical, special, or both. Could be Choice Scarf, could be Choice Bandit, could be Choice Specs, could be even Focus Sash. It could be a lot of things, but it is a mon to watch out for sure. Or it could even be holding one of the plates. You never know. So we got Genesect hitting the field. We got Heatran. We've got a Venusaur. Guys, we have a Venusaur, and I don't know if anyone here watches my Do You Even Pokemon vids. You know the Venusaur is one that I never enjoy playing against. I actually like using it. I'll be honest, but I never like seeing it on the other side. But there it is. Here it is. Here is the Venusaur. He's got a Donphan. He's got a Latios. He's got a Slurpuff. He's got a Alamamola. Wow, I'm surprised I even got that right. He's got a Bronzong. He's got a Primeape. He has a Salamence, now UU, it's not Mega, and an Aromatisse. Now, I look at this team and I do see some pretty severe threats. Like I said before, that Venusaur, the Heatran's one that troubles me a little bit, and I'll go over that in a second. The Slurpuff, if it gets set up, could cause a little bit of damage, but Bronzong, definitely a good wall. So yeah, and the Salamence, I'm scared of a setup on that. So those are the mons he drafted. So those are the potential Pokemon he can bring into battle. And let's jump over to what I've got here. For this week, what I went ahead and drafted, what I picked from my draft to battle against this team. Weyerhaeuser, what I'm going to consider our MVP so far, because he really has come in pretty strong. He's coming back. Our Trevenant is coming back for another round of play. We've got Weezer the Weezing coming back. I think he's only hit the field once, but this is his time again, and I'll explain why. Tornadus coming back again. He's hit the ground a few times, and he's going to be a similar set, but we'll go over that in a second. I believe this is the first time Misty the Starmie is hitting the field. She's been on the bench. She's ready to go. She's gonna be here this week. She's gonna put in some work. I can feel it already. We've got Grape Drink coming back again. Our Nidoking, one of my favorite mons, and hopefully I see potential here. And we've got Raymond Tusk, the Mammoth line. Don't sleep on Raymond Tusk. He is a schemer, a power builder, and here we go. Let's just jump into what I've got here. Starting with our Weyerhaeuser the Trevenant. On this guy, it is a specially defensive set again, max special defense. Now some people were asking, like, why just run maxed out EVs instead of trying to calc for certain things. Well, to be fair, I do run calcs with each of these mons versus some of the biggest threats in the other team, and a lot of the times between a few of the mons, it comes down to a roll. It comes down to a 50-50 whether I'll live, say, 2 or 3 attacks from a certain mon. And so if I am dedicating a special wall to something in this format, a lot of times I will just run full EVs on, say, special defense, if it's a specially defensive wall, just to better my odds in a roll situation. Say if there's an attack from, for example, the Heatran, I believe it's somewhere around 47 to 52, 53% damage each time it uses a lava plume against, say, a Trevenant. Not that I want that matchup to happen. Don't get me wrong, but if it does happen, I have more of a chance to live 2 hits from the Heatran, especially if I get a leaf cheat off, if I max special defense, instead of trying to calc around living, say, 3 or 4 from a different mon, or trying to not be one-hit KO'd by a different, knockoff of something else. So that's kind of why I do that. There are specific times where I will run, if a mon is just a direct counter to one thing in particular, I will change the EVs up a little bit to just for that mon. And I'll go over that with a second too, because I did do that on 1 or 2 of these, I believe. But anyway, Warehouser's coming back. I did throw an attacking move this time. I think he's going to need it. He's going with the Will-O-Wisp, the Shadow Claw, the Rest, and the Leech Seed. Shadow Claw gets neutral or super effective damage on everything on his team. So it's a nice attack to have. Burning will be big in this battle. There's nothing here. The Heatran's the only thing that can absorb a Will-O-Wisp. Now, Aromatisse can Heal Bell. That is true, but I'm hoping to kind of shut that down pretty quickly if he brings it, which I kind of see him doing because he knows I have some mons that can carry the Will-O-Wisp. So I see the Aromatisse coming, but I think we can handle it pretty decently. The Rest and the Leech Seed. This is a harvest set. I wanted this to be able to absorb status, so it can come in for free on the Aromatisse. I'm not going to worry about Toxic or even burns from, say, let's see, I got to look back here. Oh, I'm not. Okay, I was gonna say. Oh yeah, from the Amomola. So, and he's going for Skull, trying to get burns. I don't want that to happen. And of course the Leech Seed. There's nothing on his team but the Venusaur that can take the Leech Seed. And I'm not with this mon. I'm not incredibly scared about the Venusaur. I can burn it. I can Shadow Claw it. I can Rest Stop on it. I think I can stall it out, which nobody likes to see that, but I'm pretty sure I can win that battle. Okay, let's move on. Trevenant's looking good. Weezer the Weezing. Now, this is another failsafe against 2 potential setup mons I see on this team. I see that Salamence, possibly Dragon Dance, or even Scarfed. I know I've calced it. Barring crits, I can live an Outrage at +1 and go ahead and burn it, proceed, and hopefully, possibly even Pain Split it after that burn. We'll see how that goes. It is max defense. It's got Sludge Bomb, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball. Now, Shadow Ball's not normally a move you'd see on Weezing with this set, but I opted that over the Flamethrower, possibly to hit the Genesect, because again, Ghost type is neutral or super effective on everything on his team, so it just seems a lot safer. And I can always burn the Genesect and just shut it down and leave it for something else to finish off. So, and Pain Split, so I can recover some health on, say, the Aromatisse or something else from that. I'm gonna go into Tornadus here. My nose is itchy for some reason. I don't know why. Tornadus is coming back. It is rocking the Solfest once again, so it's another thing to take special hits. And this moveset's a little bit different. I went ahead and went, I'm going to go bottom to top. I don't know why. I went ahead and went with the U-turn. I don't even know. Maybe you can see this mouse. The U-turn, the knockoff. The knockoff is basically for the Bronzong. I almost went with Heat Wave, but with the Heatran there, I don't really want to play games with that. So knockoff is going to help no matter what. Of course, the U-turn for initiative, and the Air Slash. Now, I decided to run Air Slash over Hurricane because I don't want to miss. I mean, Air Slash has a chance of missing, but much less. I can go for some flinch shenanigans, and with the max special attack that I'm running on this, I'm guaranteed to one-hit KO the Primeape. It's depending on the build of the Venusaur, I can guarantee a 2-hit KO. Of course, if I run Hurricane, I might not hit it at all. So. And then, of course, I outspeed the Venusaur so I can flinch it. I'd rather go for flinches over confusion, and I'd rather go for a safe hit over the lower accuracy. So I'm going with Air Slash, and it deals pretty decent damage to most of the other mons too. The Air Slash is also, I believe it's a possible 2-hit KO on the Genesect, so that's something to keep in mind. And I get to find out if it's Scarfed, and with the Assault Vest I can eat up with Thunderbolt, all that good stuff, I don't think there's anything on the Genesect, barring Explosion, that can actually kill me without a boost. Focus Blast. Now that's I want some coverage for the Heatran, because I don't have a mon here that I can really switch in the Heatran except possibly for this Tornadus, and even this guy doesn't want to take a Lava Plume, but I want to be able to hit that thing back with some super effective damage. Focus Blast, it's neutral in the Bronzong. I don't want to get into that war. Hopefully, I almost thought of running Sludge Wave, but I think between my Weezing and my Grape Drink, I can take out Aromatisse. Alright, so Misty, her debut. We're running a Choice Scarf Starmie here. This is kind of in place of my Hitmontop as a spinner. I do want a Rapid Spinner on this team, and I'll explain that why with the next couple of Mons actually. Rocks don't make me happy with this team. Psyshock hits the Venusaur pretty well. It should be a 2-hit KO on the Venusaur. I've got Ice Beam for a 2-hit KO on the Latias and a 1-hit KO on the Salamence. And like I said, Choice Scarf. So even if it sets up a Dragon Dance, I'm good to go. I will still outspeed it. I'm going to outspeed everything on his team, even Choice Scarf Mons with this Mon right here, which is a good thing for me to note. I might be able to surprise the Primeape. It won't be able to get a U-turn off on me, that kind of thing. And I can Psyshock. It's a guaranteed 1-hit KO. Of course, Rapid Spin. So it is modest. That does. I wanted to do that over for greater power. Now that will affect, say, the setup of, say, an adamant Salamence, like if it got 2 Dragon Dances up. But I've got other things to try to worry about that. So yeah, I don't want to even let the Salamence get to +2 without burning it or something or other stuff. Now Grape Drink is rocking the Focus Sash, which hence why I want the Rapid Spin. And this is also modest. This is for damage. I've got the Earth Power, the Sludge Wave, pretty common, the Ice Beam and the Flamethrower. The Flamethrower hits the Genesect, hits the Bronzong. Of course, if it's not Levitate, it's Heat Proof, I can hit with the Earth Power, so I'm covered either way. The Ice Beam, of course, hits the Latias and the Salamence. So if I'm in a bind, and as long as I've gotten rid of those rocks, I can bring this guy in and kind of finish off a couple of those Mons, which is pretty nice, even though they outspeed him naturally. Now Raymond Tusk coming back. This is another reason why I wanted the Rapid Spin, because I did some weird things with this one, and I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I like the coverage that this has against the other team. I do have Stealth Rocks. If I depending on his team, if I do see the Salamence, I kind of want Stealth Rocks because it will guarantee a 1-hit KO and a couple of the other things. I should be able to take out with an Ice Shard, or at very least it'll be a roll depending on what type of Salamence it is. If I set up Stealth Rocks first, so I can bring it back in. And then of course it chips away at everything else, so a lot of those possible 2-hit KOs become absolute 2-hit KOs. So the Stealth Rocks kind of help with that. I feel like I'm talking so fast. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm rocking Ice Shard, Earthquake, Icicle Crash, and a Custap Berry. Now you might be wondering, why a Custap Berry? Well, I'll tell you why a Custap Berry. So the things that this doesn't outspeed on his team already, I may not be able to kill in one hit, or especially if his Salamence is either Scarfed or it gets a Dragon Dance up. I can't kill it with an Ice Shard unless it's taken prior damage, and then I won't be able to outspeed it. So a Choice Scarf is there's no point. Now with the Custap Berry, what that allows me to do is I can hit it with, say, an Icicle Crash, as a +1 outrage from a Salamence, a +1 outrage from a Salamence will not kill me. It'll bring me down to Custap Berry range, so I'll be guaranteed to get the next hit off. The same with the Draco Meteor from a Latias. It is a roll, but it's very likely with this build that I would be able to live one Draco Meteor. Or I wouldn't say likely. I think it's possible. I might have changed the HPEV since then, so it's possible to live a Draco Meteor, in which case I can just hit it with a Icicle Crash, and that way I'm not locked into said move, and I can still, if I'm able to kill something when the next thing comes in, I can at the very least get some chip damage off with Ice Shard without being locked into something with a Choice Scarf. There's a couple other, actually, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the team because there's actually a couple of other scenarios I was kind of looking at. Also, I don't want to be locked in, say for an Icicle Crash, the Heat Train comes in and can just kind of take me out. I don't want to be, I don't want to be locked in against this team. That just kind of scares me. And plus, the Slurpuff, if it's scarfed, or not if it's scarfed, if I was scarfed and it got the Unburden boost, most likely, barring if it's burned or not, whatever, however that goes, but I want to be able to have a chance against it, especially if I'm already at Custap Berry range. I bring it in, use the Custap, take it out, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's kind of a shenanigans type Pokemon. We'll just see how that goes. I couldn't think of a better set against this team. This is for various select scenarios, and plus the Ice Shard does hit a few of his mons pretty well, and the Earthquake will devastate a few of them as well. So I'm feeling pretty decent about this, even though it's kind of weird. So yeah, there you have it. There's my team for week 5 of the Indigo League. For week 5 of the Indigo League of Legends. Now we're gonna have our battle pretty soon coming up here, and I want to win. The Trevenants want to win. They're thirsty. They're hungry for a win. They know that trees should win over birds. I don't know that I've ever said anything smarter than that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this team building video. If I made a glaring mistake, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I always like to learn. I'm sure I did. I mean, I am not a flawless human being. I'm sure there's something I missed here that would have probably helped me in the battle that I'm about to have. That you'll see this after we've had the battle. But either way, it's nice. It's nice for me to think about these things. I hope everyone out there is having a good day. Go ahead and root for your Tacoma Trevenants this week in the Indigo League of Legends. And as always, this is KangasCloud, going back to the Shroud. Bye-bye.